Darlings, since we all are fragrance junkies, we all know one of the most hyped up fragrance in the fragrance world, in the community, and that is of course Delina and its sister Delina Exclusive and also Delina La Rosée, which I do not have a bottle of. I was just being stingy. But what I thought I would do, I will rate and compare all the Arabian, mainly Arabian, clones for Delina and the Delina Exclusive and guide you which one is the best, which one to go for, which ones have an additional twist, and all of that jazz. Okay? Everything you need to know about Delina and Delina Exclusive DNA is going to be in this video. I've done some comparisons between Delina and other fragrances in the past, but it's been over 2 years ago. And today I was going through my shelves and realized that I have over 10 Delina resembling fragrances. So we're gonna mainly focus on Arabian brands such as Orientica, Amper, Maison Alhambra, Afnan, all that jazz. But also I have two alternatives that I'm gonna start with because people often compare them to Delina. And the first one is a niche brand, one of my favorites, Ormonds Jane, and that is Damask. Now, you will definitely get a Delina DNA here. However, Damask is definitely more fresh, more fruity, more uplifting, and I think it might be more likable than the actual Delina, which, let's be honest, it's loved by 90% of women. There are some that do not like Delina, but if you're in that group, you're probably not watching this video anyway. So Damask is cheaper than Delina. Let's start with that. The quality is absolutely impeccable and it has great longevity. It's not the same, but you have a very, very similar DNA. It's just that with this one is a bit more citrusy, more uplifting, more fruity. Let me actually see if I have the notes ready for you because I'm pretty sure I do. So Damask doesn't have the exact notes of Delina. We have blackcurrant, pear, and lemon. I told you, it's more zesty and more fruity. Then we have rose, pink pepper, and jasmine. And you do get some of that pink pepper here. It's a little bit of that tang mixed with blackcurrant and citruses. So uplifting, so refreshing, zesty. And in the base, we've got musk, mineral notes, vetiver, and amber. Is it less sweet? Yes, it is a little bit less sweet and more fresh and more fruity, but more like sour fruity, tangy fruity. I absolutely love the musk. Even though it's more of a zesty scent, at the same time, it's super smooth. So if you haven't tried it yet and you want like a very, very refined version of Delina DNA, perfect for summer, then try Damask. And last fragrance that it's not a Delina dupe per se, but many people compare it to it, is of course Very Good Girl from Carolina Herrera. I've had this fragrance for years, and here we have, again, not the same note structure. Here we have lychee, red currant, rose, vanilla, and vetiver. So you will have some whiffs of Delina because of the lychee rose combination. However, it goes in a completely different direction, and what you're left with basically in this fragrance is a vanilla rose lychee fragrance. Very, very nice. I don't use it that much, but it's lovely. It's still lovely. It doesn't remind me of Delina that much. The mask reminds me of the Lina way more if I were to compare these two. This one is more of a creamy vanilla scent, but it's there. People compare it to the Lina, of course, but they're not close. In my opinion, they're not close. Now we're gonna start with the real deal. Let's start with the Lina clones, not the Lina exclusive. Let's start with the Delina, the original Delina. So Delina is obviously created by Quentin Bish, one of my favorite perfumers. And in Delina, you've got lychee, you've got rhubarb and bergamot and nutmeg. Then you have Turkish rose, peony, musk, petallia, and vanilla. And in the base, you've got cashmere, incense, cedarwood, and vetiver. So as you can see straight off the bat, way more complex structure than the mask or Herrera Good Girl. And that's what we're going to focus on. I love this fragrance. It's been reformulated, guys. It's definitely been reformulated and it's been watered down. It's not as strong as it used to be. My bottle was never as strong as people said online. I would easily get 8 hours out of it, but the projection was soft to moderate. So for me, the Lina is exquisite of a fragrance. And I love the rhubarb in it. I love the nutmeg in it. But when it comes to performance, it was never a top notch for me. I know people have different experiences, but for me, it was never like, oh my God, powerhouse. So that's the original Delina. And now we're going to focus on all its dupes. Of course, there's more. Of course, there's more. I saw Shalina. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to start.
Yeah, so just to give you a proof and get my point across, like, look, there's another one from Fragrance World, Shalina. There's another one from Alvatania. And I'm sure it's just a tip of the iceberg. So, of course, I would be ridiculous if I bought all of them, right? Like, how many bottles can you have of the same exact scent? But I think what we have in this video is more than enough, guys.
But I think having over 10 clones is enough to give you a good guide, right? So with the Lina, I'm firstly gonna show you the closest ones. 2 closest ones. Honestly, 1-to-1. And for 2 days, I've been wearing them both and the Lina, trying to compare which one is better. Because there were days where I thought that maybe one is better than the other, and then tables turned and I thought that the second one was better than the first one. I can't. I just can't. So honestly, get whichever. Get whichever because they're both perfect. Let's start with Emir, which is a sister brand to Paris Corner, and that is Elania. And I must say, I absolutely love the bottle. As I said many times, way more sturdy than the original Delina. I feel like even though it's so much cheaper, it's better made. Just my opinion. At least it stands on the shelf and doesn't like flop down. Because my Delinas do it to me constantly. I have to be very, very careful with these bottles. With this one, it's just a regular bottle that does its job and it's sturdy. Elania has exactly the same notes as the Lina. So again, lychee, rhubarb, bergamot, nutmeg, Turkish rose, peony, petallia, vanilla, musk, and cashmere, incense, cedar, and Haitian vetiver. Exactly the same note structure. And honestly, guys, this is 1-to-1. This is 1-to-1 with a difference of Elania having better performance on me. It lasts way longer. I get solid 9 to 10 hours with moderate projection, which is surely better than the original in my experience. I know it might differ on people, on your skin, etc. So, you know, take my experience of performance of fragrances with a grain of salt, but this is what I'm experiencing. Elanya has way better performance than the original Delina, and it's a fraction of a price. And at the moment, I'm almost done with my original Delina. Somewhere here. Still happy to have it, but am I gonna repurchase the original Delina? No, thanks to Elanya, because it's exactly the same and it gives me more strength. It gives me more strength and it gives me more happiness in my budget. Simple as that. So that's Elanya, absolute one-to-one. If you see it, don't even, don't even think about it twice. Just get it. Another one-to-one dupe, which surprisingly has a different note structure to Delina, is Delilah from Maison Alhambra. And again, the bottle I love so much. I love so much. And I really did try to see differences between one and the other. And scent-wise, I really couldn't. Scent-wise, I really couldn't. I wasn't able to. They're exactly the same. Delilah also has a rhubarb, lychee, bergamot, so it starts the same. Then you also have Turkish rose and peony, but instead of petalia and incense, you've got lily. And in the dry down, instead of the vetiver and what was it? Musk was in the heart of Delina and Elanya. Musk is in the base of Delilah, and vanilla is also base of Delilah, and cashmere is also in the base of Delilah, and there's no vetiver. So even though the notes are not exactly the same, it smells exactly the same till the dry down. The only difference I might pick up, if any, is that Elanya is slightly more projecting and slightly more long lasting. So let's say I'm getting 9 hours, 8-9 hours with Delilah with moderate projection. I will get 9 to 10 hours with, Delilah. With Delilah, with moderate projection. With Elanya, I get 9 to 10 hours even with moderate plus projection. It is just performing better on me. And that's the only difference. But let's say you cannot get Elanya, it's sold out or it's not in your country. This is your close second, great enough to get it. So Delanya, these names are so similar to each other that it's a tongue twister at this point for me. So don't mind me, just, yeah. Delanya, again, Elanya and Delilah, note-wise different, scent-wise the same. Elanya better performing, but ever so slightly. So I would say these are both 10 out of 10. Don't look no further if you want an exact dupe for Delina. These two are 10 out of 10. Now we're gonna have a couple that are very similar, very similar, but have some slight differences. So the next one I'm going to show you is from Afnan, and this is Zemaya Fatima Extrait de Parfum. And again, another Delina dupe, but this one, as much as these two, Elanya and Delilah, were like 100% the same, Zemaya is a bit different. Zemaya is more citrusy, it's more zesty. So here we have rhubarb, grapefruit, bergamot and nutmeg. You have no lychee here. You have rose and jasmine. So again, no petalia, no incense. And in the base you have musk, vetiver, vanilla and ambergris. And ambergris in combination with vanilla, musk and vetiver is going to make this perfume last on you forever. And it surely does. You get solid 9 to 10 hours with moderate to moderate plus projection. Phenomenal scent. This is Delina, but made more zesty. It is just a Delina with added grapefruit and no sweet lychee. Okay, so it's a little bit less sweet and more citrusy. Still sweet, but a bit more in that citrusy grapefruit realm rather than lychee sweet. Obviously, from the notes, you could have expected that, and that's exactly how it is here, but still solid. I give it a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful 8.5 out of 10. So that's Zimaya from Afnan. Next one that I have is Rosa 1 from Swiss Arabian. And this one has even more differences while still being very much in the Lina realm. This is lychee bergamot pink pepper, Bulgarian rose peony nutmeg, musk vanilla cashmeran. So again, as you can see, the notes are very similar, but there are certain twists to them. And how I always describe Rose 01 from Swiss Arabian, to me, it's a mixture of the original Delina with Atomic Rose from Initio. Atomic Rose from Initio is like a darker, deeper sister of Delina with a lot of amber added to it, more vanilla, and the rose is just darker. And here you have the best of both worlds. You have the beautiful airiness, femininity, and plushiness of the Lina original with lychee, with bergamot, with peony, but you have slightly darker aspect here as well, which really, really, really reminds me of Atomic Rose. Atomic Rose is not going to be in this video because to me, it doesn't deserve to. This is a different fragrance, okay? But Rosa 1, it's a mixture between them two. It's a mixture between original Delina and Atomic Rose. Maybe I would say it's 60% Delina, 40% Atomic Rose with monstrous performance, monstrous projection, lasts over 10 hours on your skin and on clothes until you wash them, and it has strong projection. So when it comes to performance, this one is the best one so far that I'm showing you. So that's Rose 01 from Swiss Arabian. Okay, now we are moving on to something that's not very popular, but still has very, very much Delina DNA with twists, but it's very similar, and it has gorgeous performance, gorgeous presentation. So if you want something a little bit more expensive than the Arabian brands dupes, I would check this one out. This one is from Tomovici, and this is called Empyrean Parfum. Look at the bottle, amazing. So here we have differences. We have strawberry, it starts with strawberry, bergamot, and nutmeg. So comparing to the original Delina, we do not have lychee, we have strawberry. Then in the mid, we've got damask rose, carnation, which I usually absolutely hate, but I don't really smell it here, to be honest. Peony and white musk. And in the dry down, we've got vanilla, bourbon vetiver, cedar, and bahur. And what bahur is basically incense. So, long story short, you have incense both here and in the Lina. So the differences are slight, but there are differences, right? Again, no lychee. And the feeling of it, it's just fruitier. It's fruitier, fresher, and more refined. Not that the Lina is not refined, it's absolutely beautiful and super great quality, but this one has just as amazing quality. So if you like a note of strawberry, this is basically your Delina with strawberry. It's not more citrusy, it's not more zesty, it's just lychee being replaced by strawberry, and there's no rhubarb. So if rhubarb was annoying you in the original Delina, there you have it. Instead of lychee rhubarb, you have strawberry. Beautiful twist on Delina Dehine. I absolutely adore this fragrance. I've had it for years. I know it doesn't look like I used much, but I really did use it. The only thing is I don't travel with it because of the heaviness of the bottle. But I will never, ever, ever get rid of this fragrance. It's phenomenal. So if you want Delina, but instead of rhubarb lychee, you want a nice fruity blast of strawberry, which is even sweeter than the mix of lychee and rhubarb, then get Tomovici. It's beautiful. All right, now we are moving on slowly to the realm of Delina Exclusive, and I'm gonna show you a fragrance that, to me, it's pretty much a mixture between the original Delina and Delina Exclusive. It's like 2 in 1, okay? And I've always said that. It's like 2 in 1. After this one, we're gonna solely focus on Delina Exclusive clones. But the one that mixes both of these fragrances together is Orientica Arte Bellissimo Romantique. And the notes are nutmeg, grapefruit, bergamot, peach blossom. So again, no lychee, no rhubarb. No pear. We have peach blossom instead of that. Then we have rose, pink, peony, and violet. So instead of that petalia thing, you have violet, which gives you slight powderiness. And that's what gives you the most of that Delina Exclusive resemblance, actually. And in the dry down, we've got musk, vetiver, benzoin instead of vanilla, and amber. And as I said, this is pretty much like you mixed Delina and Delina Exclusive 50-50. Projection and performance overall is a monster. It's another monster, just like Rosa 1 from Swiss Arabian. Tomovici, another monster. You know, they're all very long lasting, all of them that I'm showing you, but these in particular, especially these two, monsters. So everyone will smell you, even astronauts in NASA, they will. So Arte Bellissimo Romantique, if you are maybe not sure if you want to get Delina or Delina Exclusive and you want to save some coins, then get this, because you get 2 in 1. Simple as that. You get 2 in 1. All right. Now, officially moving on to Delina Exclusive. Delina Exclusive is pretty much Delina, but done way more plush, way more creamy, way more vanilla, and more sweet, yet more woody. That's how I would describe it. I know it's a long description, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Delina Exclusive has lychee, pear, bergamot, Turkish rose, and then all those petalias are replaced by oud, incense. In the dry down, you've got vanilla, amber, and woody notes. So again, more sweet, more woody, but at the same time, it's way sweeter, and it's like marshmallowy cloud, you know? It doesn't have any zest. It doesn't have much tanginess. It's just a powdery heaven. It's just a powdery cloud of rose and fruits and beautiful vanilla with some woody undertones. Amazing. Delina Exclusive is my personal preferred one. Comparing to the original Delina, I just love it more. Especially that this one does have a monstrous performance on me. that one lasts forever. It's just perfect. So this is the Lina Exclusive. And I already told you, a great mix is Arte Bellissimo Romantic. So if you want the Lina Exclusive, but a mixture between the original and the exclusive version, of course, go for Arte Bellissimo Romantic. However, now we are gonna move on to not many, I only have 2, but perfect dupes for the Lina Exclusive. So the first one, with again monstrous performance, like is from Hadlash, and this is Rose Couture. And Rose Couture has bergamot, lychee, pear, so it's the same. Then you have Turkish rose, agarwood, and incense, the same. And in the base you have cedarwood, vanilla, amber. Same exact note structure. The difference I'm smelling is that, first of all, it's probably even more potent, if it even can be. And maybe it's a bit more powdery, like that powdered pear. It's kind of like pear Turkish Delight. Think of Turkish Delight flavored in pear. That's what it is to me. But still, pretty much one-to-one dupe for the Lina Exclusive. It's just as strong, if not stronger, just a little bit more sweet powdery. A little bit less woody, more sweet powdery, but I give it solid 10 out of 10. I didn't rate the rest of the fragrances, right? Sorry. Let's back up. Arte Bellissimo, 10 out of 10. Tomo Vici, 9.5 out of 10. Rosa 1, 10 out of 10. Okay? And of course, Rose Couture, as I said, 10 out of 10. Pretty much exact dupe, but again, a little bit less woody, more sweet powdery. It feels more like a dessert. Again, to me, it's kind of like pear flavored Turkish Delight. Amazing. All right. The last dupe for the Lina Exclusive is Armaf Club de Nuit Imperial. And here the notes are lychee, bergamot, and nutmeg, so you do not have pear here. Turkish rose, vanilla, musk, and peony, so some differences in the mid as well. And then in the base you've got vanilla, incense, cashmere, and cedar. So as you can probably tell, Rose Couture had exactly the same notes as the Lina Exclusive. Here you do not have as many woody notes. You also do not have agarwood, obviously, and you do not have pear. Despite that fact, they smell exactly the same as the Lina Exclusive. Exactly the same. This is one-to-one. I would even dare saying it's even more similar to the Lina Exclusive than Rose Couture, even though the note structure doesn't match exactly. But I don't know. To be very honest with you guys, they're both amazing. And I've been raving about them both for so long. But if I personally were to choose which one I would get for myself, if I could only choose one, I would go for Hadlash Rose Couture. It feels even more potent. It's more sweet. The note structure is exactly the same. So even though it is more sweet than the Lina Exclusive, you still get that same exact smooth woodiness in the dry down. Here you get more vanilla, but not like a powdery vanilla, just vanilla. I would choose Rose Couture. If I were you and I would have to choose, I would choose Rose Couture, but keep in mind it is more sweet and it is more powdery. This is just my personal preference to choose this. So this to me is 10 out of 10. Armaf, First of all, I have to give it points down for the packaging because I really don't like it. This is my least favorite packaging out of all the bottles I'm showing you today. It's heavy, it's bulky, it should have been different. So for this, the smell is fantastic, but I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10 just because I'm just leaning towards more Hadlage, and also I hate the packaging. I hate the packaging, and also this is the reason why I don't reach for it as much as I reach for this, because this annoys me. This has to sit at the back of the shelf because I don't want to show it off. Simple as that. So yeah, the smell, amazing. Don't be, I'm giving you my personal opinion and nuances that I don't like the packaging, that I prefer that this is even more sweet and powdery. But if you want a great 99% dupe to Delina Exclusive, this is good enough. And it has good performance, great projection, great longevity as well. But I just don't like the packaging. And that's why I'm giving it points down, especially comparing to Hadlage. So that's that. And now, last but not least, I have one and only one dupe for Delina La Rosée. And I know that for some people, Delina La Rosée is actually their favorite Delina. And I do understand why. It's more like fresh and watery, aquatic leaning. It's beautiful and very feminine. Definitely leans towards the mask territory, Delina La Rosée. And this one is a perfect dupe for Delina La Rosée for pennies. This is Zimaya, so we have another Zimaya here, Afnan, Hawa Pink. And this is a rose lychee bergamot pear, Turkish rose peony, musk, vetiver, and woody notes. And this is Delina La Rosée. Simple as that. This is Delina La Rosée. The only difference is that Delina La Rosée, let me just double check so I'm not lying to you. But yeah, Delina La Rosée also has aquatic notes. It has a note of water notes. But the whole rest is the same. And as I said in one of my other videos, those watery notes don't even do much. It's still aquatic. Trust me. Oh, I almost dropped my mic. It's still aquatic. It's still aquatic. It still gives you that airiness, like a fruit bowl in a bowl of water. Absolutely phenomenal. Great performance. I personally give it 10 out of 10. Simple as that. I know there's more. I know there's more from Arabian brands. As I said, we've got fragrances like, what was it called? Stellar Musk, Taraf White. Taraf White from Zimaya. Another Delina La Rosée dupe. Haven't tried it though. Haven't tried it. And they just keep releasing more and more. But these that I've shown you are solid. I will link all of them below. I'm not affiliated with any of these brands. So all the links, even though I might be affiliated to the shop, I'm not sponsored by any brand. So yeah, that is that. This is the story of all the Delinas. If you watch this video, you're probably sorted for life when it comes to this DNA. And I think I'm done talking about Delinas forever. I think I've said it once before when I was doing Arabian dupes. But yeah, now you have a specific video for Delina, Delina Exclusive, and Delina La Rosée all in one. I hope you're happy. I hope this helps you. To me, if I could only choose a few, okay? If I could only choose a few, I would get Hawa Pink for my La Rosée dupe. For my Exclusive Delina dupe, I would get Rose Couture. I would definitely get Arte Bellissimo for a nice mix, so I don't have to layer, because it's like 2 in 1. I would definitely get Rose, oh my gosh. I would definitely get Rose 01 from Swiss Arabian because of that darkness and mixture between Delina and Atomic Rose, which I love. I would definitely consider getting Tomovici because of the strawberry instead of lychee rhubarb, so it's a nice twist. If you prefer something more citrusy, zesty with grapefruit, then try Zimaya Fatima. And if I were to choose one of these, I would probably go for Elania from Emir. So that's that. That's that. And if you want like a proper niche fragrance that has a Delina twist, then try the mask from Ormond Jane. And here, I'm done talking. I'm done. I will never ever do a Delina oriented fragrance video ever. This is the last one you're getting. We're done. We're done, guys. But I still hope I got you interested, and I still hope you make a good decision. I'm not saying that any of them are bad. I'm just giving you the best clones, and just rating them and telling you what I would choose if I were you, as per my personal preference. So that's that. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Definitely not Delina oriented. I love you guys. Bye.